Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. I know everybody has fallen in love with these wonderful cards that are made specifically for the Cricut Joy and the CardMat, and what's not to love? They're so simple, easy to make, and really are stunning. But one of the questions I've been getting a lot is, how do I put a sentiment on the inside of one of these cards? So I thought I'd take a few minutes to show you how to do that. So stay with me and we're going to accomplish just that. First, let's talk a little bit about this mat. This is the CardMat, and I wanted to mention that these mats do not last as long as the regular mats do, and we've talked about that in prior videos. But if you are interested in learning how to clean it or prolong the life of the mat, do check out my video about the CardMat. Let's see, so this CardMat's really fun because it has this like little sleeve, and when you're making these cards, and you can either use these pre-made insert card packs that include the envelopes, the inserts, and the actual card, or you can make your own with your own cardstock. I'm using these today, but I've been using also ones that I've made on my own with my own cardstock. And so it's simple, easy to use, and this technique works for both kinds. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to take a card, open it up to the inside. This is just a little, basically any side could be the inside, but I do that for this. And I'm going to put the outside part on the inside part on the outside of the CardMat, okay? And I'm sticking it really good to the mat because I want it to stick really well so when it does the writing. There are a number of wonderful sentiments available to you that you don't have to create them on your own. And these all come from Griffin sentiments, and they're so beautiful. Like, for instance, the Celebrate, just really pretty. And so it's almost like not necessary to have to reinvent the wheel to find these wonderful sentiments that look really good inside of cards. So that's what I'm using today. You can also create a text box and do this just the same way, but I figure, you know, why not use what I've got? These are all free, by the way, if you are a Cricut Design Space Access member, which is a monthly image subscription program. Let's see. Now, I have on here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sentiments, but we're probably only going to make a few of these, so I'm going to take a few of them off. I've already done the birthday one, so let's do these 3. Now you'll notice that these 3 sentiments don't have a cut around them, and that's okay because we are not actually going to be cutting the sentiments, we're just writing them in the card. So it's okay for that, and we want to go ahead and make this project by hitting the Make It key down here. And we're going to choose, as far as the type, we're going to choose the CardMat because that is what we're using. And it's also going to help us better center the sentiment on the card, okay? Now you notice all 3 of my sentiments appear on one card. Well, I don't want that. I want to make 3 separate cards with 3 separate sentiments inside. So what I'm going to do is touch on one of the 3, and there's a triple dot right here. So you're going to click on that and you're going to choose Move Object. And you'll see this is our existing mat, the one that has all 3 there, but we're going to choose New. The color really doesn't matter. It's just for your own frame of reference, but there you go. And we're going to go back to this one and do the same thing. Move object. We have the choice now of the 2 mats, but we're going to choose new again. So now we have 3 separate mats with 3 separate sentiments, but they're not centered on the card the way that I want them to be. I like my sentiments to be sort of centered in the in the page, and then sort of at the top, so that I have enough room to write on it. So I'm going to just touch on each of those and sort of eyeball it, and I'm using the red box to determine that's where my card is going to be. Let's do the same thing here. Maybe here would be good for that one. And let's do the same thing with this one. Okay, now I have 3 separate mats and I'm ready to cut, well, actually not cut, to draw these sentiments on the inside of the cards. So I'm going to hit continue. And the way that this works is you do have to choose a material even though you're not cutting, just how the process works. So I'm going to choose insert card. And you'll notice here it tells me I need to insert my black pen in the clamp. I don't have to use a black pen, obviously. I can use whatever pen that I like. Right, for these projects, I've been using this 0.4 pen. It comes in a pack of 3. There's gray, there's black, there's brown. Might as well use black. I like the black. You notice that it's branded as a Cricut Joy pen. You cannot use the other pens that you might have in your stash in the Cricut Joy, because the clamp is smaller. So do be aware that if you're going to use the pens like this, you do need to have a special Cricut Joy pen. So we're going to take out the clamp now. I'm sorry, not the clamp, the blade and the blade housing. We have to loosen the clamp and take out the blade and blade housing and put it over here. We're going to take the cover off of the pan and just simply rest it into the open clamp. And just so that you know, this is different than when working with the Maker or the Explorer Air or Air 2 or any of the Explorer machines actually. Those machines require that you hold the clamp and you push down till you hear a click. That's not the case with the Joy. You just simply place it in there and close the clamp. Now we're ready to start writing the sentiments. So I'm going to take my mat, which I've already prepared with the card, and I'm going to load it. It's going to check to make sure I have the right thing in there and that it's aligned properly, and then I can go ahead and hit go. So while it's doing that and drawing, I'm going to prepare the next card mat for the writing. So again, I just take the card mat, I'm turning it inside out and putting it inside of the sleeve and making sure it's securely attached. I think we have 3, so let's get a 3rd card. It's good to do them in bunches like this, I think. And we're going to go back and cut the fronts out, but not until after we finish the inside of the cards. I just feel like once the card has been cut on the outside, there's more of a chance of ripping those pieces, especially on some of the delicate cards. So we're going to do the cut afterwards. And we're going to put the next one in. Remember, you've got to hit go every single time. And on the Joy, there are no buttons. So we do that all on either on your device, whether it's an iPad, laptop, or even your phone. Now I've taken the card that we've already written in and I've turned it over. So now this front part is the part that's going to get cut. I like this one because it has a lot of flourishes on it. Let me show you when it's done. Isn't that beautiful? Let's put our third and last one in. Hitting go on the iPad. And then I'm also taking that Feel Better Soon one and putting it in here. I can see that you could, if you had, for instance, a bunch of invitations to send out with the same insides, then this would be a really good process. You could just keep feeding the machine with the invitations on the inside and with a nice pretty card front on the outside. So that's it. Those are our three. Now let's go back. We do have to put our blade back in here. And unfortunately, you cannot customize those cards from the Cricut Joy, so we have to do them separate from the sentiments, but that's fine, we can do that. So we're going to go home and we're going to choose the category free for the Cricut Joy right here. When you do that, you'll see all of the choices that you get right for the card. So let's see, we had a celebrate one, so let's see what we can come up with for the celebrate. I think that there's a really, look, there's one here, cheers. I think that would be fun. Or maybe to the new couple. Let's do the cheers one because I think it's fun. And then we just simply click on that and we're going to hit make it. And it goes automatically onto the CardMat, which is what we want. We just hit continue and we're going to choose that material insert card. Now I take my celebrate off of the mat. I'm going to fold it the other way, put it on the mat again. So this is the front of the card. And I'm going to hit go as soon as it's done loading. I'm going to hit go and it will cut the front of that card. Let's see, I think for an insert, maybe this pink would look really nice with this card. And we have to have an envelope as well, right? Just about done. Aren't these fun? Really, so quick and so ingenious. You know, let's see, I'm tracking how long this video takes, and even with all my talking, we're only about 15 minutes in, and we're gonna have 3 gorgeous cards in less than 20 minutes. I think that's pretty fabulous as far as cricketing and crafting goes. It's just about done. It's cutting out the words now. The only thing I could see as being a bit challenging is once you stick it to the card, you need to check and make sure that you're putting the right sentiment with the right card. So this one here is our Feel Better Soon card, and this one is our Deepest Sympathy card. So we need to make sure that we don't mix those two up. And there is our finished card. Let me show you how it comes off. Be careful because, you know, there is a tendency that it could kind of stick a little too much to that card mat. And there are little pieces that sometimes end up staying. All we need to do now is to take that insert and put it in on all the tabs in the corners of the card. And we're done. Isn't that great? So thanks so much for joining me today. If you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And we are doing a live presentation every Friday night on YouTube. So do join me at 7:30 Eastern Time here on my channel. Thanks for coming today.